After 110 episodes of Knife Banter, countless field tests, a bunch of rad shop tours, we finally got Jamie, our video guy, on to look at his knife collection. Let's talk knives. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Knife Banter, and today we finally have got the video god himself, Jamie. Video god, that's your official title, right?
Video deity.
Number one at the top of the humble list.
Video deity. We finally got Jamie on to give us some of his knife collection. Now, as you guys know, we like to do with knife collections is we kind of split them up into categories. So we've got some of Jamie's kind of first knives, we've got some Blade HQ knives, and then he's got some pretty rad stories from some different shoots that he's been on. So we got some knives that feature that stuff too. Dude, let's just jump in.
Let's do it, man.
Are you excited?
I am.
Okay, cool.
It's been a long time coming.
All right. So this one, I was excited to see this one. I didn't even know you had this one, to be honest.
Right. I actually kind of forgot about this until I pulled it out of my closet the other day. But so I think this knife predates basically everything on the table. This is a cold steel Bushman. It's all beat up. I've hammered on this thing. But so this knife, interestingly enough, I was a teenager. I can't remember how old. Cold Steel used to send out these pamphlets,
right?
Like sale pamphlets, and either me or my cousin got this sale pamphlet with these knives on them, and it was like, buy these Cold Steel Bushman seconds, like factory seconds knives, and I was like, man, we need to get some of those. So it was me, my cousin, and my brother ended up buying these factory second Cold Steel Bushmans for $9.99.
Yes.
This is probably 10 years ago, something like that. So we ended up getting them. I've taken this thing on countless trips. I'm from Minnesota, so there's the Boundary Waters canoe area over there. So lots of camping, lots of canoeing, hacking that stuff, and then I ended up making this sheath out of Kydex myself. Which is kind of cool. So.
It's really cool. Yeah, and from what I remember from this story, it was in your cousin's kitchen, right, with some clamps and some carpet and some plywood.
Yeah,
it came out great, man.
It was a very homegrown effort to make this sheath, but yeah. I think it turned out okay. It's got a scout carry, so I'd go canoeing and I'd have these jorts on. I had one pair of jorts in my entire life, and I would always wear them to the Boundary Waters. So
I'm just picturing Jamie in a canoe, shirtless, with a hemp, not a hemp, but a straw hat.
I had a straw hat.
Perfect straw hat, jorts, and then carrying that knife scout carry.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good picture.
That was my life back in the day. So yeah, that's the Cold Steel Bushman.
Sweet, that's great.
It's fantastic.
All right.
Old piece.
So you went from the Cold Steel Bushman, which again, I always love seeing people's, not necessarily your first knife, but kind of that first knife guy knife, right? Like a Cold Steel branded or, Buck or whatever. And then you kind of stepped things up quite a bit with this next one.
Yeah, so this is actually, so I think this is my second real nice knife. First real knife outside of, the gas station knives and stuff was actually... It was a Cold Steel AK-47. I ended up bending the pocket clip, and then it fell out of my pocket at an IMAX theater in Wisconsin. This was a long time ago. Right. So this is my second real good knife. My brother ended up getting this for my birthday probably 5 or 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I thought I didn't know anything about ZT at the time. I wasn't in the knife industry at all. So I just thought it was cheapish knife or whatever. I went and looked it up, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh wow, this is a real knife. This isn't a $10 Bushman.
Right. So this has been with me for a while. I actually took my first SHOT Show. I went to the Hinderer booth, and I was all excited to show Rick because I have a Hinderer design in my pocket, and he was pretty pumped to see it too. Cool. So that's the story behind this knife, but. It's a big knife. I think I used to be more of a big knife person because AK-47 big knife.
Yeah,
this is a pretty big knife.
Or ZT.
It seems like I just have kind of a slow descent into smaller knives.
At the end of the banter, you guys will see what Jamie carries, but probably the knife that has the most pocket time. It's a little bit different than this.
Yeah. So that's a ZT-0560.
Cool, and they don't make that one anymore.
Nope, this is discontinued. I think they discontinued the 0560 a long time ago, and then they had like the 562, which has been recently discontinued. And then there's the smaller one. The numbers escape me. But
Yeah. CT and those numbers, man.
yeah, that's they need to name their knives.
They do.
I told Thomas that when I was there, but he didn't listen to me.
Hasn't happened yet. ZT, if you're listening. All right, and then this next one, for me personally, this is probably my favorite one on the table because it's got a good story and it's a Jamie custom.
A Jamie custom. So I can't. Okay, well, I guess we won't go there yet. But so this knife, my brother is in the Marine Corps for 5 years. I think he got out about 2 years ago. So in early 2016, found out he was going to be deployed to Kuwait and Iraq. And I was like, you know, I want to make him a sweet birthday present. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try my hand at making a knife. And before that, I had kind of run across a bunch of these videos by Aaron Gouf at Gouf Customs. He's a Canadian guy. He makes some cool knives, but they're custom. So I kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna try. He's got all these like great knife making videos, and I'm going to see if I can make a knife. So I watched a bunch of his stuff. I kind of modeled this particular knife after one of his fixed blades, but like I probably put 150 hours. So I'm not talented. I'm not a talented knife maker at all, but what I made up for in talent, I just like put in the time.
Right.
So yeah, I spent just hours and hours and hours on this knife. So this is my knife. I actually made a matching pair for my brother, packed it up in a box, sent it to him for his birthday when he was in Iraq. So that's kind of the story behind this knife. It's just kind of a basic like 01 tool steel, G10 handles. I threw a little bit of flair in there with a laminate and got a little funky with the ANCHOVY pattern on the handle there. But yeah, sheath, everything. I made all of this, and I don't know if I'll do it again, just because of the
time.
agonizing time it took. But I think it turned out good.
This is the other reason that this is probably my favorite knife on the table, is because this knife really defines a lot about Jamie. So Jamie is, I mean, you guys watch the videos, right? Like Jamie is, he really cares about his craft. He really cares about the things that he does. And you can tell, I mean, if I were to sit down and just make a fixed blade, I'd be like, serviceable, good enough, right? But like the time, the effort, like you said, you put this ANCHOVY pattern, and this is 01 steel, right?
Yeah.
It's an 01 steel. I mean, he puts in the work, and that's the reason I love this knife so much, is this just, it really defines Jamie. Like he just has a great work ethic, and like he's just always putting in the work. So I love this knife because of that, right? It's a good knife. Yeah.
It's an interesting one to carry. Sometimes it'll go like backpack wise. I can put it here or on the belt or whatever.
Yeah, when we went to Montana and went backpacking, you brought this, didn't you? Was it this one? No, when did we go? We did some backpacking trip together where we.
I think the last time I carried that, I did a big hiking trip up around Timp and stuff, and I had it on my backpack. So
cool, right on. Now, is this was this brother who was deployed? Was this the same one that gave you the ZT?
Correct. Yes.
Cool. See, that seems like a fair
I
trade.
only have one, so.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I just learned something about Jamie. Cool. All right. So these are kind of some of your first knives. This is before you worked at Blade HQ. Pretty respectable. Now,
they're okay.
Tell us a little bit about this one, because this one's got a really fun story. This is kind of your first Blade HQ knife.
This is my first Blade HQ knife. This is, I think, a KIZER Mini Hunter, if I'm not mistaken. It's got a bunch of like numbers and letters associated with it as well. There's also a giant version of this. I think it was like day 2 working at Blade HQ, and they were doing a raffle. The video department, the old video department, had used just a ton of knives for random videos, and they probably had like 30 some odd knives. And they're raffling them off, and I ended up winning this one. I think it was used in a rust test or something like that.
Okay,
it's not rusty.
No, yeah, not at all.
It survived pretty well, but yeah. So day 2 at Blade HQ, I won this little KIZER. It's been with me ever since, I guess. It's kind of a nice little knife for obviously free. But.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, second day working at Blade HQ, and in a raffle, he wins a knife with S35, G10.
Yeah.
It's a KIZER. Like.
And like
I love it.
I didn't know anything about KIZER at the time. Like KIZER wasn't even on my radar. So.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, it's a cool knife.
So it's a good knife there too.
That's great. All right, guys, so we're gonna jump into a couple more knives that Jamie has from Blade HQ, but we had to take at least one of these knives out and do some field tests with it. This one got a little crazy.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
put it in a ponytail, and I'll cut it off. Never!
No! All right, so something you guys got to know about Jamie is Jamie always has a very intense, serious face when he's just like relaxed. So we want to make sure Kyle was here so you guys knew everything's okay. If you go back to the last knife banner, we actually spun the wheel for Kyle to cut his hair because Kyle had long hair. You came to me and you were like, "Hey, it'd be cool if we cut it on camera." So show the good people. Show them the final.
So here's
There we go. It's a little bit beanie-fied, but you know, yeah,
That's
yeah.
hot.
Yeah, looking good. Looking
Oh,
good. Jamie, how did the cut go?
It took a few strokes of the knife, but we got there.
Got there. Perfect. All right, and since you're on, what are you carrying today?
Today I have my Microtech UTEX 85.
Ooh, nice. Blacked out, huh?
Yeah,
Nice. Good one.
good
All
one.
right. Well, thank you for sacrificing your hair for Jamie to do a field test on his ZT.
Yeah. Cut it very well.
Right on.
That's impressive.
All right, guys, let's go check out some sales and grails. All right, guys, so time for sales and grills. When one of our product geniuses comes on and tells us about a sweet sale and a sweet grail, and of course, we've got George coming on. Show us what it's all
products. I
about.
don't know if I'm a genius.
Yeah, you know.
All right, so on sale right now, we've got the Alliance Design Anchovy. These things are going for $199, and I think they look great. And these grooves are so deep, but it just works.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
It's a pretty one. It's a pretty one.
Yeah, it's a frame lock, and it locks up great, and everything you'd expect out of an Alliance Design.
Exactly. Great designs.
And on the Grail side, we've got the BenchMade Gold Class Crooked River.
That
20
is
CV,
pretty.
DLC coated, Damascus bolsters, fancy sparkle D backspacer, and
That is the
Clip.
official material, in case you're wondering. It's Sparkle Tea.
yep, BenchMade really did a well job with this.
And what is that going for?
$1,500.
$1,500. Well, it's gold
So,
class. They don't
save
call
your
it gold
pennies.
class for no reason. All right, cool. Well, since we have you on, what's in your pocket today?
Ooh, my new favorite, Cold Steel AD10.
I do love me a good 80-10.
It's so good.
Yes, it's really good.
It flicks like lockbacks shouldn't, but it locks up like they should, and it's just tough. And Andrew Demko is awesome.
Andrew Demko is
I
awesome.
have a man crush on that guy.
Nice. Love it. Sweet, man. Well, thanks for coming on.
All right, y'all are the best.
Yeah, take it easy. All right, guys. So with the KIZER that we looked at just a while ago, we saw Jamie's kind of first knife at Blade HQ. But Jamie, you've been here for a minute.
A little while.
Yeah, and that's what this next knife kind of represents, right?
Yeah, so this is one of my more recent knives. This is ZT0640. I got this recently as a gift for my 3-year anniversary at Blade HQ. So in October,
Yep.
it was my 3-year anniversary, I guess. So this was pretty sweet. I've been crushing on this knife for probably about a month or two prior. It's just got like, I have a thing about lock bars. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, but like if a knife has just like a smooth, non-sticky, easy to actuate like lock bar, it gets an A for me.
Yeah.
So this knife in particular has a fantastic lock bar. It's slim, 20 CV blade. It kind of checks a lot of boxes for me. So being that it's jean season now,
It is jean season.
and we'll
Yep.
get to that in a second. But being that it's jean season now, this has found its way into my pocket a lot recently. Not within the past week or two, but recently.
Recently, yeah.
So.
Yeah, so this was a knife. So something you guys should know about Jamie and his knife choices. Jamie doesn't just gush over every single knife. So Kurt is a crow. If it's shiny, Kurt pounces. He's got to have it, right? But Jamie is much more discerning, a little more like, do I need this? Does this fit? So when I heard him crushing on this, we had to do something for him on it because it's not often that he gushes over a knife.
Right. And I guess we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But
Yeah.
the other thing that's found its way into my pocket recently too is the ELEMENTUM CIVIVI. I think there's no surprise there, right?
No, everybody here is carrying one of these things. We all love
Yeah.
them. If you haven't gotten one yet, get one. They're just as good as the hype.
Story-wise, I don't have a lot to say about it, but like it's just a good knife, man. Like it's what's the word? It's like a reasonably shaped and designed knife. It's not crazy, flary, or anything like that. It's just simple. It's got a nice hollow ground blade, simple G10, a great pocket clip, action, fit and finish. Everything is fantastic on this knife, and I've been carrying it for a while now, and it's great.
Yeah. Now, these next two knives, so the CIVIVI, and then we've got a KWAIKEN on the table as well, an auto KWAIKEN. These knives kind of represent, at Blade HQ, we get the advantage of carrying knives from a knife library that we have. So whether it's from video shoots that we've done or whether it's from samples from manufacturers so that we can talk about new knives and know what we're talking about, we have quite a library. And you tend to dive into the library quite a bit, which is a good thing.
I think I use the library more than anybody in
so.
the company, which kind of goes into a little bit of a philosophy thing for me. Like I don't have... we had this joke before we started filming, like I haven't purchased any of the knives on this table.
He's either one or he's just in the library or he got from doing a shop tour or something.
I tend to not have a lot of knives on me. I think if you look at a lot of these other collection videos, these people have voluminous collections. I don't have a ton of knives. I do carry a lot of knives, and part of that is diving into the knife library a lot. So I'll have a new knife in my pocket every week or like a couple a week or whatever. So I usually don't like to have things that I don't carry or use around, and that just kind of goes into every part of my life, clothes and other gear and that type of thing. So everything kind of has a purpose and a place. So I don't have a lot of knives. So
yeah, and that's the great thing about the library, because you guys don't see. I mean, this is the first time we've really had Jamie on camera. He's popped in here or there, but every single video you guys have ever seen from us in the last 3 years, Jamie's been a direct collaborator. So even though he doesn't have like a huge knife wall collection at his house, he does carry quite a few. And so, what have you been thinking about this KWAIKEN?
Yeah, so this is my most recent carry, actually. I'm a big fan of Burnley just as a human being. So
good dude.
That's a plus here. So this is the, I always get a kick out of naming this knife. This is the BOKER, PROTECH, Burnley, KWAIKEN Auto Mini.
That's quite a mouthful.
Yeah, there it is.
Maybe might need to pare that down a little bit. I don't know. Honestly, when I first started carrying this, I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but it showed up in the library, and I was like, I haven't carried it. I'm going to try it. But I think what got me was like, for some reason, it opens up and it just kind of fits in this grip really nicely. And it's great. Like it's really, it's easy to handle. So that's something that it's got going for it. Might be a little bit better, like as far as me, like for blade shape, like I might prefer a more acute angle on the tip, just because I do a lot of like packages and boxes and stuff. But I can overlook that just because like it's so simple, it's so nice in the hand, and yeah, it's a fantastic little knife. It doesn't have a deep carry pocket clip.
Right.
It's a little bit of a bummer. I've been looking around, maybe trying to see if you can get a different pocket clip on there, but they're kind of hard to work with. But yeah, so KWAIKEN, BOKER, Burnley, PROTECH, KWAIKEN, Auto Mini.
Yep. It's quite the name.
Quite the name. Great knife. I like it a lot.
It is a good name, it is a good knife. And with Burnley, we talked at SHOT Show a little while ago when this launched. It was 2 SHOT Shows ago now. But when it launched, and he said that the Auto KWAIKEN, that was like that was the perfect manifestation of his KWAIKEN design.
It's final form.
Yeah, this is the final form, because there's no flipper tabs, there's no nothing. It's just perfect for him. The lines were just perfect. So
Super Saiyan status.
yeah, exactly. No, I think they're like up to like Super Saiyan God level. Now or something like that.
For some reason, I was watching a video yesterday.
So good. Anyway, so we've looked at kind of some of your first knives. We've looked at some of your Blade HQ knives, some of your knife philosophy. Now, obviously, Jamie's been part of every video we've done in the last 3 years, so you've done a couple shop tours, and now we have some shop tour knives. So tell us about this 06 Auto.
Yeah, so the 06. This is potentially the first knife that I ever was ever given to me, essentially. So we were, I can't remember how long I was here. I was here for a little bit, but not too terribly long, and Ben's like, you're going to Portland.
Yeah. You're like, cool.
I was like, okay. So we went and did a story on this 06 Auto. This one, was given to me by Andrew over at Gerber there. Good guy. But yeah, it's kind of it's got an interesting story just because it's like the first knife that I ever got given to me by somebody else that's not, my family.
Right, yeah. Or like you didn't
important to
win
me.
in like a raffle at Blade HQ. Right, yeah.
So it's like, it was like a gift, like, here, thanks for coming along. And this is like, if you haven't watched that video, it's a great story. This has been deployed hundreds of thousands of times, troops overseas, all of that fun jazz. This one is, I have kind of beat to death. The spring is really tired at this point just because it's been like, like I've taken it apart, put it back together. Like I've done a lot to it. So this isn't how normal 06 autos come.
Yeah.
But this is also their 10th anniversary one, which is like their special green one.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But yeah, I think the only other thing is, so I had this knife in my pocket when I was hiking Angel's Landing.
Yeah.
It was icy and snowy. I highly do not recommend hiking Angel's Landing.
If you're in Zion National Park, hiking Angel's Landing, don't hike it if it's icy and snowy.
So I'm coming down off Angel's Landing and like, I don't have, like, I should have like crampons and stuff.
Right.
I don't, because I'm not particularly, paying very much attention, but you should be. I'm coming down and there's a slippery spot and I end up taking the pommel of this and like hammering ice.
Yeah.
Out of the trail so I could like get a foothold down Angel's Landing.
Nope. If you've never hiked this
It's a
trail,
terrible ending. Terrible idea.
If you've never hiked this trail, I mean, essentially you get to a point where you're on a spine of red rock, and it's like a couple 100-foot drop off one side and a couple 100-foot sheer drop off the other side. So definitely not a good idea, but a great story for the night.
It's like 1,000.
Yeah, just 1,000, no big deal. And so with this knife too, so if you haven't been able to tell, Jamie takes care of his stuff. He's very particular about his stuff. He has a very big use philosophy. So with this 06 Auto, he actually took it apart and cleaned it to try to get it to operate a little bit better for camera because he felt embarrassed about it. But the reality is, he's just beat the snot out of it.
Yeah.
It's really gotten some use.
I should not have done some things that I have done to it.
But I feel like that's what an 06 Auto's for, though. Like the 06 and the strong arm too. Like Gerber makes two of just the best, like pry bar, beat the heck out of it knives, you know what I mean? And that's one of them, right? I mean, you helped tell the story.
Yeah. That one, LMF2, strong arm, all like classic knives that get taken over and beat the heck. So.
Yep, exactly.
Next one. I like this knife.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I like the story behind this knife. About a year ago, we did a PROTECH shop tour. Went over, did the whole tour thing with Dave over at PROTECH. That was a Ben and I project. And I've been a fan of the TR3 for a while, so this one is great. The story is, Dave's like, I can't send you guys home without, actually like giving you guys a knife. And Ben's like, Dave, you don't have to do that. And he's like, I know, but I'm going to. So he's like, what do you want? I was like, okay, I'll take this one. And Ben picked a Newport or something like that.
Yeah.
So not only did, he didn't just go grab me like an off the shelf knife. He's like, okay, I'm going to like find this like two-tone blade, and then I'm going to put like a black lip pearl button on it. And then, the kicker, the kicker is like, Dave, if you're going to give me a knife, I want you to laser engrave Dave Wattenberg as my homeboy on it. So I don't know if you can read that or not, but it got, PROTECH Shop Tour 2019, but it got Dave Wattenberg is my homeboy.
Is my homeboy. And this is just a testament, guys. We have the advantage of being able to work with a lot of amazing people in the industry, just absolutely amazing people. And Dave Wattenberg is, he's just top shelf. Like the dude's just incredible. And this is just a perfect example of what Dave's about.
I like Dave a lot. I always enjoy whenever we're either at Blade Show or SHOT Show going over the PROTECH booth and saying hi. He's just a classy guy.
All the time, every time. Yeah. So I love that story. All right, cool. And now the final knife, the knife that has gotten the most pocket time, and it also has a video story.
Yeah. So
surprise.
I don't think this is a surprise to anybody. BenchMade Bugouts. So we were talking earlier about like jean season.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So anybody that knows me knows that I don't like jeans very much. I only wear jeans because it's cold outside. So basically, as soon as it's warm enough to not wear jeans, out come the athletic shorts of some variety.
Yep.
So the bug out has been fantastic because this is a great like athletic shorts knife because it's so light and it's slim. So I purchased
Yeah.
a blue one.
Yeah.
I purchased a blue one.
And carried it all the time. We
Yeah.
have a Friday meeting where we check everybody's pockets for fun. We're just like, hey, what is everybody carrying? And every single week, Jamie just put the blue bug out, blue bug out, blue bug out.
During the
blue bug
summer.
out. During the summer.
During the summer. I ended up giving the blue one to my brother, same brother, obviously, because he's the only brother.
The only brother, as I learned along with the audience today.
So blue one went to my brother. We did a video with Hans over at BenchMade a while back. He ended up giving me this.
Yeah, I won't never forget. So Hans gave him the knife, and we have our Friday meeting the next Friday, and he's like, I got something different in my pocket today. And then he pulls out the OD green bug out.
Psych.
It was different technically.
Yeah, so this is like, I've done a lot of stuff with like it's got a piece of your level still on
Yep.
it. Like
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
cutting.
If you guys don't know, me and Jamie, we built the whole set that you see here. It took a while. It was quite a bit of work, and you got pieces of my level on it. And
So yeah, like I was cutting, I was trying to hang lights or something. I was cutting something.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting a chunk of your level on it. And so like, yeah, bug out in the pocket almost all the time.
All the time.
When it's short season.
right, short season. Yeah, not jean season.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, man. Well, you know how it works. So, end of the banter, I'm going to ask you to choose one of your favorite children here. If you had to have just one on the table, I actually feel like Jamie's going to have a straight answer on this. If you just one on the table, if you had to have just one, which one would it be?
Okay, well, like, that has the most blood, sweat, and tears in it.
Of course.
So, like, I feel like that's an easy answer when it comes to sentimental value. Of
course.
But, like, obviously, I'm not going to have that in my pocket.
Right.
But, like, yeah.
No surprise.
This has just been the most useful tool, I
Right.
guess, out of anything that I've carried in a long time. Just because, like, I can take it in. Like, I can't put this in my shorts.
Of course. Yeah.
So, yeah. Benchmade bug out.
Benchmade bug out. There it is. Awesome. Dude, well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been awesome. And guys, now we are going to go over to the collection connection. All right, guys, welcome to the Collection Connection. This is your corner on Knife Banner. If you use hashtag BHQCollection on Instagram, you post your rad knife stories, pictures, adventures, just your actual collections, anything like that. We go through it every week, and then we give you guys a shout out on Knife Banner. And today, our picture comes from EDC Nick, EDC NCK, and he said things seem to be a tad bit sketchy.
Yeah, I wonder why we would say that.
I wonder why.
It's got two sketches.
He's got both of the sketches. We had both the Blade HQ exclusive that we launched, sold out currently. I don't know if it's coming back, but then he also has the inline sketch as well. Great little knife.
That's unfortunate on the carbon fiber one because that one was really sweet.
It was really sweet. We'll see if we can get it back or not.
Yeah, these things are sweet. Zach, what kind of tip is on that blade?
Yeah, it's a modified clip point Warncliffe sheep's foot.
I believe Burnley likes the term K-tip.
K-tip, you are correct.
He's very adamant about that.
So according to Lucas Burnley, the shape of that blade is K-tip, which is just fine. So anyways, great picture from EDC Nick. He actually has a lot of rad knife pictures on his page. We kind of scrolled through and checked out what he had going. So
He's kind of a Burnley fanboy, actually.
yeah,
So
he is. So
I'm okay with that.
Go give him a follow. Seems like a good dude. Never met him in real life, at least I don't think so. All right, and it wouldn't be a Knife Banner if we didn't end with the Wheel of Indecision. And today we have another guy from Product come on, and this is Jacob. How's it going?
Great. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too, man. And he's gonna spin the wheel for us to show us what we're gonna do next time. Let's do it. Ooh, good spin.
I'm so excited.
Good spin.
What do we got?
Soap carving.
Soap carving.
We technically already did that. Are we gonna do it again?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I like to hear.
All right, straight from the video god's mouth. So we did, we had a Knife Banner where we had to like put a different field test in because we wanted to show you guys some other stuff. So I did a quick little soap carving. So we are doing soap carving next round. So I don't know what knives we're gonna be using, but we'll figure it out. Right on. All right, and Jacob, what are you carrying today?
I'm glad you asked. Today I've got the Kershaw Launch 2, personal favorite. I love the ergos.
It is a good one, man. And also the color on that one.
Yeah.
That's the right color. You did
Contrasty.
it right. Yeah,
Goes
you,
good with blue.
you
I
did
don't
it
think you
right.
can go wrong with any of the launch series.
They're all really good. Sweet. Well, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
Yep. Take it easy. And thank you guys for following along. We really appreciate it. It's been a blast, Jamie.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to get Jamie on more. If you guys want to see more of Jamie, let us know. We're gonna get him in front of the camera more often. We're gonna do this thing. Please consider hitting subscribe. Please consider hitting the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hey, I'm so proud of you. You made it to the end screen. Thank you so much for watching my collection video. Make sure to subscribe to Blade HQ right over here. Also go to bladehq.com and check out all sorts of sweet knives. Down below here, collection playlist. All sorts of collection videos. I think you'll like it.